Destined to cement my legacy as the #1 fighter of this era. And to do that, I've got to beat this little man.
Tyson Fury is on a mission to prove himself as the best heavyweight boxer in the world as he prepares for his upcoming match against Oleksandr Usyk. It's a major fight as for the first time since 1999, there will be an undisputed heavyweight title match. It's also the first time all 4 belts will be on the line in the 4-belt era. Both these fighters are undefeated going into this match, so at least one streak will be broken. Sports journalist Chris Mannix explains why this fight is so special.
We have been waiting 25 years for an undisputed heavyweight championship fight. We have one live on DAZN. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, somebody's O has got to go, and all 4 belts are on the line.
Darren Barker, former IBF middleweight champion, believes that this fight is exactly what the division needs. It's massive. It's what this division needs. It's the marquee division in world boxing. It always has been and always will be. And this is history we're talking about. The current WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury says he is excited for the match. He describes how when he was born, his father always aimed for him to grow up to be a fighter and become heavyweight champion. And now, here he is.
Oh yeah, it's the type of fight that gets me juices flowing. Time is near. I've always aimed for the stars or nothing. When I came into this world, August 1988, I died 3 times, and my dad said he's going to grow up to be nearly 7 feet tall and weigh 20 stone, and he's going to be heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm going to name him Tyson. And everyone laughed. Here I am.
The heavyweight champion recently took to social media and posted a picture of himself in which he looked in tremendous shape. We can't forget Tyson's last fight against Francis Ngannou, which was also in the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. Everyone was shocked as Fury got knocked down in the 3rd round by a left hook from Ngannou. No one had expected the undefeated boxer to go down by an MMA fighter who was competing in his first boxing match. Even his opponent in the upcoming match, Oleksandr Usyk, said he was surprised after seeing the knockdown. He got a bit worried. He said maybe Tyson Fury was not taking his opponent seriously.
Maybe Tyson Fury not serious. Oh, it's MMA fighter, blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Were you surprised by the knockdown?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's surprised.
Yeah. Did you get worried?
Part of you that was worried that the
Listen,
fight
I watching
Yeah.
knockdown, I say. Whoa, 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 whoa.
While Tyson did go on to win the fight, the split decision in the end was somewhat controversial. Here's what he had to say. Ngannou is a lot better of a boxer than we thought he'd be. He's a very awkward man, and he's a good puncher, and I respect him a lot. I don't know how close the fight was, but I got the win, and that's what it is. So how has Tyson Fury learned from his mistakes? And how will he deal with Oleksandr, who is also undefeated? He can't afford to underestimate his opponent again, as this time it might cost him the match itself. When asked about how he was training for the fight, Tyson said, "I train 4 or 5 weeks for these fights." He was also asked if he needed any extra motivation, and he said, no. Tyson looks motivated, as he's been fighting for all the belts and is still undefeated. He's got a legacy and lots of money. What else does the man need?
Do you need something extra to get motivated for Oleksandr Usyk?
No, we've been fighting for all the belts, undefeated, legacy, as they want to call it that. Ton of money. What else is there to get motivated?
Oleksandr Usyk has also left no stone unturned in the lead up to this match. He has been seen training and working hard, making sure that he is fully prepared for the fight. Here, we see a side-by-side clip of both these titans training. Oleksandr also described his training as being non-stop for weeks. He stated, "I can keep on boxing non-stop for 5 weeks." When asked if he had anything to say to Tyson Fury ahead of their match, Oleksandr said that Tyson shouldn't run away.
You need to say to him, or you would like to say to him? You wouldn't run away from Usyk, would you?
Yes, it's very scary.
He was also asked about his motivation going into this match. Here's how Oleksandr responded. "My motivation is my family, my country. People who now support my country, Ukrainian soldiers. This is my motivation, but I have an opportunity. Second opportunity to take undisputed title. It's motivation." Usyk also looks ready for this fight as he posted a picture of himself on Instagram showcasing that he has put in the work. What do the pros have to say about this fight? Who do they predict to win? Speaking to TalkSport, the fighter known as the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson had this to say: Tyson Fury proved over and over again he's the best, and I respect Deontay Wilder Usyk, but the most respect I possess is for Tyson Fury. He's the champ, he's the reigning champ, and he's gonna be the champ for as long a time as he chooses, unless we get some new guy up. When making his pick, he said that he chose Tyson Fury, as he feels he will just overpower the opponent.
What do you think about Usyk versus Tyson Fury, like this fight?
I'm gonna look forward to that fight. Really, that's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just gonna overpower him. He's gonna catch up with him and overpower him.
The interviewer then mentioned how Tyson was often the smaller person himself when compared to his opponents, which is the case with Usyk here. Tyson admitted that smaller people do have the advantage of moving around and being harder to hit, which is something Tyson would have to deal with for a few rounds with Usyk.
Well, listen, little guys are difficult to fight because they're harder to hit, because they're smaller. You know, he runs a lot, he moves a lot. Tyson's probably going to have a few rounds to deal with his movements, but he's very difficult to fight.
Former professional boxer Lennox Lewis made his prediction, and he feels that Tyson Fury will beat Oleksandr Usyk by points.
And how do they win it?
You know, I believe that, Tyson Fury has great attributes. He's tall. He can box on both feet. Southpaw, orthodox. He can go forward. Right now, to me, it's difficult to beat a bigger guy. So I always say the bigger guy has the advantage.
So you're going to go for what you think, Tyson Fury on points?
He explains how Tyson Fury is not an easy fight for anybody. He can move well in the ring and boxes from both sides. It takes a while for any boxer to figure him out. Most importantly, Lewis feels that the height difference between the two will play a huge role. Oleksandr has never been up against someone 6'9".
Tyson Fury is not no easy fight for anybody. He's elusive, he moves well, he boxes from both sides. For any boxer, it's gonna take a while to figure out. Also the height difference is a problem. 6'9", it's not an easy fight for anybody.
Lennox also describes how Tyson will use his attributes to win the fight. He's going to use his attributes. He is going to be elusive. He's going to throw that jab. And he has to do what he knows he has to do. He's been there before. He's boxed smaller guys. He just has to bring everything together. Former British professional boxer Carl Froch also chose Tyson Fury, his fellow Brit, to win the match. He thinks it will be a knockout. I think Fury versus Usyk is a great fight. Short and sweet. I think Fury's too big for him. I think Usyk will be clever early on. But at some stage, Tyson Fury will get close to him, lean on him, bully him, and start hitting him with shots. He'll hit him with a couple of uppercuts like he did Dillian White, and I think that'll be fight over. He's just too big and too good. My prediction is that Fury knocks him out. Not every pro picked Tyson Fury as their favorite. Sports commentator and former boxer Sean Porter feels that Usyk can beat Tyson Fury. He says that Tyson really needs to be in good shape in order to fight Usyk.
Usyk can beat him to the punch.
He did have problems with Ali, who's a southpaw.
Tyson Fury has to be in shape for Usyk. I got a feeling, I don't even really like using that term in shape. He's got to be in supreme condition in order to fight Usyk. That's not a 5 or 6 round fight. I don't care how big you think.
Recently, while speaking to Pro Box TV, he went as far as to say Tyson Fury could withdraw from the historic fight due to feeling pressure. You look at a guy like Tyson Fury, a guy who has been around this track so many times. I think that a fighter will get to a point where they see the hardest night ahead of them, and they're like, man, I just had so many of those hard nights, I am not going to have that hard night. What we know about Tyson Fury is that he is a showman. What we know about Tyson Fury is that he likes things to be his way or no way, which is why he went after Francis Ngannou, because those are the kind of fights he is looking for. He is looking for things that are going to give him the money and the recognition, and the nights that he is not going to have to train hard for anymore. Hasim Rahman, former 2-time world heavyweight champion, also thinks that Usyk could beat Tyson Fury. He feels that Usyk is the best heavyweight that's currently fighting today. He even went on to say that he thinks Fury imitates Usyk, and that everything Fury can do, Usyk can do better.
And a question everybody got after Usyk and Joshua, can Usyk beat Fury in your estimation?
I think so. I think Usyk is the best heavyweight
currently fighting today. So I think Fury imitates Usyk, and he got a lot of success with it, fighting hard and slow heavyweights. It's not really boxing like that. Everything Fury can do in boxing, Usyk can do it better.
When asked about the size difference between the two and how the bigger man could beat the smaller man, Hasim responded that with heavyweights, things are different. He thinks that most heavyweights are lazy and lack a strong work ethic, while smaller guys are not like that and their boxing IQs can be higher. He feels Usyk's boxing IQ could play a major role.
Now, when heavyweights is different. When heavyweights, because most heavyweights are lazy and they don't have that work ethic. With the smaller guys, it's a little different, So, with Usyk's boxing IQ, that's going to play a big, major part. A lot of times, the smaller guys' IQs kind of cancel each other out.
Thanks, Mark.
Tyson Fury will take on fellow heavyweight world champion Oleksandr Usyk later this month to crown the division's first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. Tyson has been dismissive of the challenge in front of him, denying that the former Usyk will pose a threat to his reign because of his little size.
Enough? Enough what?
You stop talk?
I come here to pick a fight. I didn't come here to play games. I didn't get all dressed up for nothing. I come here to fight. You ugly little man. You ugly little man. Little man.
Yeah, little. Yes, I little man.
No, you're not that little. You're about average size for an heavyweight.
However, in a recent interview, Tyson has admitted that Usyk is the real deal, and he's training hard for him. Tyson stated, "Oleksandr Usyk is a real bad man, and to underestimate Usyk, you'd be a mug. So I'm training hard for him. I'm doing anything I can." Fury stated he respects Usyk as a person because he's a family man and fears God just like him. Coming to his boxing career, Tyson said that he also respects Usyk's achievements as he's one of the most decorated boxers today.
I respect Usyk as a man because he's a God-fearing family man, which I am myself. So I respect that more than any boxing achievement. And I respect his career as well. He's been Olympic champion. He's had 350 amateur fights or something. And he's been an Undisputed Cruiserweight Champion. And he's been a unified heavyweight, well, he is a unified heavyweight champion, so you have to respect that.
However, Tyson believes that no matter how good Usyk is as a boxer, the result of the fight will be determined by who wants to win it more. "I'm messing with an elite fighter who's got more than boxing ability. He's stubborn, and he wants to win like I do. All of the talent and attributes aside, it will come down to who wants it most on the night. If he wants it more than him, he'll win. And if I want it more than him, then I'll win. I just think my will and determination will be more than his on the night." Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, said that Fury is fully ready for this fight and looks in tremendous shape. He stated that Fury will bring his A-game on the fight night.
But Tyson's really ready for this. He's flown out today, so he arrives there today, so he'll finish off his camp. And we're going to get something special on the 18th. I'm convinced of that. He's in tremendous shape, not just physically, but both mentally as well. And I genuinely think we're going to get a vintage performance from him, and I believe he'll bring the 4 belt.
Tyson's brother Tommy Fury is also super confident in Tyson and believes that it's the best version of Tyson he's seen in a long time. He thinks if Tyson comes in 100% on the fight night, it will be an easy job for him to defeat Usyk.
Yeah, everything's fine, everything's amazing. This is the best version of Tyson I've seen for a long, long time. He's bulldozing the sparring partners, he's sharp, his movement's quick, his weight's down, he looks great, as everybody can see. So I think, honestly, it's going to be, if he turns up the way we know he can, I think it'll be an easy night for him.
However, George Groves believes that Usyk is a lot better when it comes to boxing ability. He believes that Usyk will come on top on the fight night and defeat the undefeated Tyson Fury.
Where do you stand on that? What do you think? I know you was quite strong on that as well. I think that you went Usyk as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked Usyk to beat Fury. I remember when Usyk first moved up to heavyweight, I said he's a dark horse, don't write this guy off. We've seen cruiserweights move up to heavyweight and dominate in previous years, and it did seem a bit unfathomable for a lot of people that he's never going to compete with the Anthony Joshuas, or people weren't even really talking about Tyson Fury, I don't think, quite at the time. Or maybe he just sort of burst back on the scene beating Wilder. But yeah, I still think Usyk beats him. I think, the argument is a good big un beats a good little un, but I think Usyk is an exceptional fighter. I think in terms of their boxing ability, like Usyk is a lot better.
Boxing writer Colin Hart thinks that it's pretty obvious that the big guy beats the smaller guy in boxing, but he also believes that Tyson is on the decline. He thinks that his recent fight with Ngannou and his trilogy with Deontay Wilder have taken a lot out of him, considering that he's been fighting for almost 15 years now.
Oh, I think, on paper, logically, Usyk should have no chance of beating a man 6 inches taller and probably 5 stone heavier than him. It's the old cliche, good big uns beat good little uns. But what I've seen of Tyson, certainly against Ngannou, I think he's in decline. I think maybe those 3 fights with Wilder, and that is now catching up with him. But people forget that Tyson's been at it for 15 years. He's 35 now, and he's had a lot of hard fights, those Wilder fights.
Colin believes that if Usyk does what he does best, he is very likely to get a decision victory over Tyson on May 18th. He stated, "Usyk is a very, very clever item, and I have a leaning towards him. If he can get a decision on points in Saudi, well, I think he could do it." Shane McGuigan said that he didn't believe that Usyk's heavyweight run would be successful at first, but he was obviously proven wrong. Shane thinks that Usyk has kept his form and athleticism intact, which could help him get a victory by points over Tyson Fury.
We know that Usyk's not on the decline. I didn't think the heavyweight was going to suit him when he first stepped up and boxed Chisora, but he's filled into the weight a lot more. He's kept his athleticism more as he's got older than Fury has, and I believe that he might beat him on points.
Tony Bellew considers Usyk the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world. He doesn't think that anyone can beat him. When giving the prediction for Tyson Usyk, Tony believes that Tyson's changed style of counterpunching won't be impactful against Fury. Tony stated, "I don't think anybody beats Oleksandr Usyk. I don't think anybody beats him. I said it many, many moons ago. The craziest part about it is, I think when Fury was with his uncle, I do think he beat him. But his style changed, and now he's an aggressive counterpuncher, and that isn't going to work against Usyk." Ben Whitaker believes that Tyson has to take advantage of his size and use it to make Usyk uncomfortable during the fight. He also thinks that Tyson should target Usyk's body more, as Usyk has been weak when it comes to body shots. However, Ben backs Tyson to win the fight, as he believes that Tyson always finds a way to win.
Yeah, it's a not a weird one, but it's an interesting one. If I was Fury, I'd come heavy as possible, just lean on him, make him hate where he's at, dig into the body, but they might have a different thing in mind. But at the end of the day, no matter what, you gotta back the Brit. Tyson seems to always find a way to win, so hopefully he can do it again.
Derek Chisora also advised Tyson to prepare himself for the upcoming clash. He especially highlighted the Tyson-Francis bout and exclaimed that one can't afford to have a bad day in boxing. Derek stated, "Tyson has to gee himself up now. His last fight was not a good fight, man, but he won. He won that fight, simple. I said he was going to get knocked down and come back and win the fight. I think that burst some of his bubble. Sometimes you can have a bad day, but in boxing, you can't have a bad day and win the fight." Joe Gallagher thinks that Usyk will definitely exploit the cut on the top of the eye that Tyson suffered during the build-up to this fight. He believes that this fight could either be a snooze fest or a thriller, which is a big reason for this fight to generate such attention.
I think it would do. I think if you're Usyk, you were looking to land on that early on to try and open it up and bring the blood and bring a bit of panic into the camp in that corner. But we'll all have to see. Obviously, Usyk's got to get past them long jabs at first. Tyson's got to deal with them. I've always said the fight could be a real snooze fest. It could be a real snooze fest, this. It could be a case of 1-2 punches, 1 or 2 landing and be a complete bore. It really could. Or we could have it where we've got a Riddick Boas in Tyson Fury, who's got all the artillery, and then we've got Oleksandr Usyk, who's like the Evander Holyfield that throws punches and bunches, and then when they try to hold, they throw 3 or 4. We could have that type of fight, an exciting fight where both men go down. Yeah, it is. We'll only find out on the night, and I think that's why it's generating so much interest, and I think that's why as the fight draws near, it really will become a bit of a pick and fight.
Billy Nelson believes that the cut Tyson suffered halted his momentum, but he regrouped and is looking in great shape now. He also picks Fury to win by knockout.
No, because I know for a fact, before that fight that got cancelled there, he was looking brilliant, absolutely brilliant in the gym, and I unfortunately got that cut.
So you would expect more of the same. I mean, certainly the pictures we've seen of him, he looks in great shape.
He looks in good shape. He looks in much better shape.
Are you willing to pick a winner between Fury and Usyk?
Well, Fury will beat him.
You sound very
stop him.
confident.
He'll stop him. I think he'll stop him.
Wow.
James Toney didn't hesitate to pick Tyson for the win. He believes that Tyson is much more aggressive than Usyk, which will ultimately give him an edge. James stated, "Fury, easy. Fury is a better boxer. He is a better boxer, and he is more aggressive. Usyk, he is a good boxer, but he is not aggressive. He boxes to stay safe." Sergio Mora also favors Tyson going into the fight. He believes that size matters, and Tyson has a lot of other qualities too. Mora stated, "I will give preference to Tyson. It's not about the latest fights or styles. Size matters, and the difference in dimensions will be too noticeable. If Fury were a standing target, then I would give preference to Usyk. He is incredible, but given the fact that Fury moves, feints, leans, throws punches from the clinch, and breaks the distance, size matters no matter how you're a good boxer. Tyson Fury himself believes that his size will be too much for Usyk to handle. He recalled the history of boxing and put forward a few cases in which cruiserweights like Usyk came up short when they fought a bigger guy.
Up to the big boys, usually they get found wanting, and even the greatest cruiserweights that's ever lived, Evander Holyfield, when he stepped up to the big boys in Big Daddy Bowl and it's Lewis, he was found wanted. You can beat the average big ones, but you can't beat the elite big ones because size really matters, and we have weight divisions for a reason. And he's going to be found wanting when he fights me on May the 18th. Even if you look at David Haye, he was an explosive, good cruiserweight and good heavyweight. And when he fought average heavyweights, he could beat them. But when he stepped up to the big boy in Klitschko, it wasn't really a contest. We look at Thomas Adamek. He was a good light heavyweight, good cruiserweight. He beat some good average heavyweights, good world contender heavyweights. Stepped up to the big boys, beat. So I expect the same from... Let's use Johnny Nelson, for instance. Johnny was he was an undefeated cruiserweight when he was cruiserweight, but every time he stepped up heavyweight, he got bashed. So there is... It's facts. It's facts. I'm not slagging anybody off.
The fight has the boxing world split right down the middle. There are those who chose the movement and IQ of Oleksandr Usyk as the deciding factor, while others feel the size and pressure of Tyson Fury will help him come out on top. So what do you think? Who will come out victorious in this legendary fight and cement himself as the #1 heavyweight fighter? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of the other videos on the screen